Yep, I need a shave. I've just been lazy this week. Hey, so why does it look like in the original Halloween that little Mikey Myers is looking at his hand as he's stabbing Judith in the very beginning of that movie? What is going on there? Is he possessed by some evil and it's something like this? Look at your hand, Michael. Look at your little 6-year-old paw coming down and killing Judith Myers. Or maybe it's something like, I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm actually doing this. Holy fucking shit. Or maybe it's something like, no, don't do it. Yes, do it. Do it. No, don't do it. Yes, do it. Do it. There's two answers. And here they are. That movie is a shit show. What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. It's all theater of the mind. No, it's garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae. Dave McRae here. Okay, so I get this question a lot. And I have a bit of time before voiceover sessions today to do this, so I thought I would do this. I would tackle this question. So why does it look? Why is it that Michael Myers looks over at his hand as he's stabbing Judith? Well, there's two answers, two reasons, and okay, so the first reason, the first answer is the real answer, and then because of the creative decision that was made, they sort of fall, I don't want to say fall ass backwards into it, because that makes it sound like it was not even a thought on their mind when they were shooting it or, you know, putting it together in post. And I don't want to say that, but I would say that this is a maybe like what Bob Ross says, a happy accident. In the sense that it works because of the nature of the movie, and it works because of the nature of the character and the whole psychology around the character and the movie and the, what's going on and why is he doing this and who is he and all that kind of stuff. So it actually kind of works. The reason they did it, as we know, the entire opening of Halloween, the entire opening is shot through the POV. The entire opening, until we get to the moment that Michael's dad goes, Michael, and takes off the mask, right? So Carpenter didn't want to break from that because he wanted to keep the anonymity and the, of who Michael is a secret until the big reveal, taking off the clown mask. Oh my God, it's a 6-year-old child. Holy shit, right? Now, he wanted to stay with the POV because he wanted to keep the subjective nature of the opening of the movie intact, because he's putting the audience in a very uncomfortable position. It's almost as if we are Michael Myers. We become the character looking through the mask, walking up the steps, around the corner, up the stairs, down the hallway. It's a very subjective, personal, intimate execution. And he didn't want to break from that. Now, when the mask goes on Michael on the camera, there's not actually a mask over the camera. That's an optical effect. And he moves into the room to kill Judith. Now, Carpenter wants to stay with the POV. He doesn't want to break from that. He could have broken from that at that moment to maybe a wide angle shot and shown little Mikey Myers stabbing Judith. But he didn't want to reveal that it was a little boy. Okay. Well, he still could have broken from that, maybe not to a wide angle shot, but to a different shot, a close-up shot of a shoulder and an arm stabbing Judith, right? But the reason he didn't is because he didn't want to lose the subjectivity of the personal, intimate experience. It's as if we are Michael Myers. We are the one stabbing and killing this teenage girl. So how do you then show an objective sort of position without breaking the POV? Well, you turn the camera on the knife. And that's the best they could do without losing the subjectivity of the POV. So in reality, the creative decision was not Michael looking at himself, admiring his work. That wasn't the first reason. They wanted to let the audience in on what was going on. They wanted to show, oh my God, look how horrific this is, right? Without breaking the POV. And the only way you can do that is actually to kind of turn the camera around, and show it actually happening. So it's almost acting as two things there. It's letting the audience now in on a more objective sort of feel while still remaining subjective, but it also plays into the psychology of the character and the overall sort of themes of the movie. They kind of fell into that, right? It works, right? That wasn't the first reason why they did it, but it was certainly, it's like, hey, you know what? We can actually get away with this because people are going to be talking about this for years to come. Why did this 6-year-old boy suddenly look at himself, stabbing this girl, right? So it works. It totally works. And I think years ago, I read an interview with Carpenter where he basically confirmed that. He didn't say it verbatim like I'm saying it, but he basically said that. I forget what interview it was now. It was some time ago. It might have been around the time that H2O came out. But anyway, that's essentially what's going on there and why they didn't break from the POV, because they don't want to lose that subjectivity of that personal, intimate experience that the audience is having. And remember that this is a very Hitchcockian type of movie, right? Irwin Yablans wanted to, accent and really sort of hone in on the theater of the mind aspect of the original Halloween. So it's another reason why we don't break from the POV or stay with the POV and look down at the knife going into the flesh of Judith's torso, or something like that, with blood coming off the knife and her going, ah! We don't see that, right? So that's another reason why we turn the camera to see the knife going like this. It's like, oh my God, very Hitchcockian psycho kind of thing, right? So that is what's going on there. And, but it's killing two birds with one stone. It's like, hey, but people are going to totally buy into the weird fucked upness, if I could even use that word, of what's going on, because why is a 6-year-old boy looking at himself, stabbing his sister? Like, that's just creepy and weird, right? So it works, but the real reason, is to not lose that subjectivity. So to recap, what is the reason? Well, first and foremost, it was to allow the audience in onto what's going on and to show the horrificness, if I could use that word, of the moment, right? Without actually showing the knife going into the flesh, because they wanted to keep that theater of the mind, psycho-esque, Hitchcockian kind of shit there. But it worked because they were able to kill two birds with one stone, because they figured, well, people are going to question, it's weird anyway, right? It's just kind of weird. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Holy shit, he's looking at himself stabbing. So the psychology that you then plant into the audience's mind is brilliant. And, so that's the reason. That's the reason, folks. And for years and years and years, we have been going, why is he looking? What's going on? It's, hook, line, and sinker. They reel this in, right? So that's what's going on. So for those of you that want to continue to be like, it's weird, you're not wrong. Like, I mean, that was part of the idea, but it wasn't the reason why they did it. It was just sort of a nice additional thing that they can play into to get away with the idea of showing the audience sort of what's going on at the same time. So fascinating stuff. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. What do you think Michael was thinking, or what was going on there as he looked at himself, admiring his handiwork? Oh, sorry, I got a little too excited there. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time, and I'm not posting here. All my links are in the description, as well as links to my Patreon, my merch store, my IMDb, my Twitter, and check them out until your heart's content. Alrighty, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.